Contract Lifecycle Management with CLM Matrix and Microsoft. Harness the power. As a contract moves through time, there are many things happening that companies may not be aware of. Without continuous visibility and alerts, companies can experience both penalties and lost rewards. Organizations need to know what's happening with a contract once it's been executed. Which contracts have obligations that cause penalties due to non-compliance? Which contracts have upside opportunity as certain milestones occur? Risk and ambiguity are the result of lack of visibility. How do you know if you are compliant? Do any of your contracts create more business risk than others? Compliance regulations such as Sarbanes-Oxley and increased risk due to contractual obligations are driving businesses around the world to take a hard look at how they manage their contracts. Even today, document assembly and tracking remains largely a manual, paper-based, ad hoc process. Internal communication is dependent on email and might not meet all compliance regulations. Data from contracts is entered into multiple systems. Or worse yet, contracts may simply be dropped into a file drawer, leading to error-prone administrative work. With errors and inefficiency comes the pain. Delays. Compliance exposure. Inefficient contract lifecycle management robs you of profits and puts you at risk. But you don't have to put up with that. Companies looking for greater efficiency will look to standardize this process through superior contract lifecycle management. CLM Matrix, the most powerful contract lifecycle management solution using the Microsoft platform. Harness the power. CLM Matrix provides companies with superior contract lifecycle management. With Matrix software, you can standardize through a contract repository and legal library. Automate key business rules and compliance. Set alerts, monitor and track expirations. Improve efficiency and reduce cycle times. Mitigate risks through control of contract language. Achieve faster contract negotiations and approval. Manage multi-year obligations that influence contract renewals. Here's how you can get these benefits through CLM Matrix. Standardize your work. Streamline your process. Automate your rules. The standardization of your work, the streamlining of your processes, and the automation of your rules must all come together in a structured way in order to properly manage the life cycle of a contract. Start with standardizing your work elements. Standardize contracts by identifying the types of contracts that exist with suppliers and customers. Determine what's important and what's not, including legal clauses, due dates, and obligation milestones. These data elements become the things you'll track and report against. The second key component of the work process is the human element. Here, you'll define the work people do and the roles they play. Roles are largely determined by department function, with sales resources being involved in customer contracts, while purchasing and procurement resources are primary initiators of supplier contracts, with various roles required to grant approvals. The third key component of the work process is reporting. What goes in determines what comes out, which is why it's critical to capture the correct metadata. It's the cornerstone to achieving timely business intelligence. Now that the work has been defined, your processes can be streamlined. While process workflows vary by industry, it's important to understand how contracts are initiated across your entire organization. Contract lifecycle begins when a request is made to initiate a new contract. Simple, rules-based questions drive the document assembly process. The answers to these questions determine which legal clauses should be extracted from the legal library. Once the initiation phase has been completed, the business workflow routes the contract for appropriate electronic approvals, all of which is captured by the system. moving you from ad hoc to structured process execution. The rights and obligations contained in your executed agreements can now be monitored. Now that your processes have been streamlined, you can automate your key business rules. With automated business rules and contracts that live in a central repository, key stakeholders can now access information needed to make decisions and take action. Many contracts have milestones that require specialized attention. Alerts can be established for expiring obligations, and proactive conversations can begin. Enhanced reporting and business intelligence allows for smarter renewal processes and negotiations. By achieving full contract lifecycle visibility, companies are able to achieve better compliance, better internal audits, and better regulatory procedures. Additionally, business performance improves as contracts are properly managed from beginning to end. Contract lifecycle management with CLM Matrix. Harness the power of SharePoint 2010. Call us today to reduce your risk and take back your profits.